folds out like this, and then there you go. It's this beautiful poster image. I was actually thinking of hanging this right above my bed so I can see it every night before I go to sleep. But if you want it, actually, there are a few things I'd like to trade for. Anyway. Oh, hi! Didn't see you come in. Welcome to another Cinemologist vlog. I'm Joel.
I'm Alex.
And today we were just going through some old movie magazines we had lying around.
We were,
and we thought we'd have you join in on the fun. So, I don't know if you guys do this, but I know that I like to go around to different shops and memorabilia places and pick up movie magazines from like the 60s, 70s, whenever, and just see what's coming out. Because sometimes, you get to like see some sort of behind-the-scenes bits on some of your favorite classic movies, and also every once in a while you find a few hidden gems that you didn't know of before. So it's always like a great time going through some of these. So we brought some of the ones that we have, and I thought we'd go through them with you. So
let's do it.
So Alex, what do you got here?
TV guide. Okay, so I got a bunch of stuff, but this is a TV guide from 1978. I believe, Battlestar Galactica. You'll notice on the cover, this is the Discovery from 2001, but they put some useless wings on it.
For those space dynamics.
I think it was space.
Space-o-dynamics.
But yes, this is a TV guide. Hey, look, Battlestar Galactica, the soundtrack, now available on MCA Records. So you turn us on, we'll turn you on.
The 70s.
CBS thing.
That was my favorite late 80s DOS game.
And The Shootist, a TV movie. The last movie, I think that was John Wayne's last movie.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's one really great thing in here. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. A picture of Richard Hatch and Dirk Benedict cooking up some stir fry. I think, something like that.
Yeah, that looks pretty Asian influenced. The kitchen background is fantastic.
Yeah, honestly, that's a winner right there. They're in uniform and everything. Yeah, so I got that. Yeah, I got this and something else at a beachfront store in Ocean City, New Jersey called
Only Yesterday.
Only Yesterday.
Yeah, I got a few things from there as well.
And this other issue of Dynamite magazine. Dynamite! Welcome! And this is a magazine really primarily for kids, apparently. But yeah, they got some like stuff on Space 1999, which is really cool. I think they got like 2 pages on. Okay, never mind. Okay, actually, this came with a poster, which might end up hanging up somewhere, but it says, "I'm too cool. State of confusion."
Dynamite.
Dynamite, yeah. I mean, that's going on my wall right soon-ish. But the really interesting thing in here is like there's a you can win a copy of Peanuts Jubilee. It's like a Charlie Brown book, and you just send in your information. Now this is interesting. Someone left their information here. So someone named Sassy Selvaggi from Levittown, PA. So, Sassy, if you're still alive, you're probably not watching this.
But if you are watching this, please drop us a line and let us know how you're doing these days.
Yeah.
And do you still enjoy the Brady Bunch?
And Good Times.
Yeah. Oh, and Happy Days. Gotta love Happy Days.
And Happy Days. So, it seems like everything was good or average. So, I mean, I think this is, reached its target demographic.
Yep. Sassy was pleased with the overall quality of the content.
And I honestly didn't know that Sassy was a name that was popular back then. And maybe she just made that up, or I don't even know. Joel sent me a while ago, and it's 3 issues of Black Hole comic books, which is really, really cool. They're in color, and oh gosh. Freaking sea monkeys. I remember I had some as a kid.
Yeah, the black spot of many a childhood.
Yeah. This is really interesting. So they go inside the reception room on the Cygnus, and there's a pinball machine in there. I find that very interesting. And then Weird Al Yankovic apparently is Alex Durant. All right, cool. I can dig it. Yeah, so you got stuff, and then you got Roger Moore from Spy Who Loved Me on the back. I think there was, and they have a comic which is beyond the, no, they have this comic which is beyond the black hole, so it's like a sequel comic, and that's kind of cool. And there, I think there was one more issue of Beyond the Black Hole, but it wasn't in here. And on the cover of that, they're on the planet, and there's a T-Rex.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's kind of neat. So yeah, it's Famous Monsters issue, the Black Hole, and Star Trek. Got your Star Trek products. Spock mask, Klingon warrior, Vulcan master mask, which will totally look like these film stills that they blew up. So buy them now, kids. Expedite that disappointment for Halloween.
Is that Michael Jackson? Oh no, that's a missing child. Or no, oh sorry. They're readers who sent in letters. Oh,
why would they post a missing child in Famous Monsters?
Just in case you're reading the Fang Mail page and you've seen this small child.
Fang Mail, yeah, there is no shortage of that kind of humor in this magazine.
I think this magazine is actually bound together with bad puns.
Yeah, Star Trek the Motion Picture. Wise decision.
It's about Barbara Steel, so it's Barbie, Doll of Steel.
Because that makes sense.
Yeah. Too much for Barbara.
Oh, I missed that. Oh, that hurts.
Okay.
And I'm sorry. And Mooney Moore. I don't even know what that's a pun for. Like
werewolves, because the moon turns you into werewolves.
Monsters.
And that has a lot to do with...
Hey, look. Well, you got
Flash.
Bridget Helm.
Yeah, oh, okay.
They got some, Kenneth Tobey. Sam Jaffe.
Mm-hmm. So it's
Jack
cool
Palance,
stuff.
Carol Lindley.
Jacques Balance.
Is this what they mean by Jungle Boogie? No. Oh gosh, no. Yeah, I was saying, I really want one of those chairs. Mm-hmm. I like that kind of chair, and also just because I want one of those chairs, from the movie. But this is cool. It's kind of short, but I mean, they talk about the movie. Gosh dang it!
What? Did you see another one?
I'm sorry, but destiny of this gigantic ship to learn the whole truth.
Wait, let me just zoom in. I wonder if any of the writers of this are still alive, and if they're not, I'm just going to dig up their bodies and poke
One
them
of
with
Reinhardt's
a pickaxe.
robot slaves places a request for 3-in-1 oil. Oh, my joke almost killed me. Horrors Amidst the Fog by Roscoe Pound. Oh yeah, and then what's he looking at? Well, you got Quatermass in the Pit. Mm-hmm. Saturn III. For two lovers on the third moon of Saturn, the whole world seems to be cracking up. The whole world, not just this mirror. Get it? Kirk Douglas stars as Adam, who's forced to protect his Eve from a homicidal killer. Kirk Douglas and Harvey Keitel are getting all choked up over Farrah Fawcett and her night clothes. It's all part of Saturn III. In order to get a grip on his situation, Adam is played by Kirk Douglas, uses hydraulic forceps on his human foe. Let's give the two lovers a hand. Oh. So yeah, Animerica was probably like the #1 anime magazine back in the day. This one I bought when I was at a convention just because it was about Wings of Oniami's. Mm-hmm. And it's just I really love looking through old anime mags because it's for American productions, because that's like, I really wish I was a fan of anime. Like I was the age I am now, being a fan of anime back in the day, just because it's all the series I love. And and here you read about like announcements for upcoming releases of this, and like this, they're talking about Whisper of the Heart, mm-hmm. which wouldn't get a release until many years later.
Yep. R.I.P. Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, well, kind of, but pretty much. But yeah, this has some good. So this honestly has the article about Oniamis is very good. So they talk about a lot of stuff, and they talk about some things just like that I think make some good points about some of the scenes and whatnot. But there's this issue for Princess Mononoke, and you can win a Pokemon CD. Like this, so yeah. So I guess around this time and then this is when Gundam had literally just come over to the Gundam series had just literally come over to America. You've got Gundam movies, Gundam 0080, 0083. And this is like right around the time that Toonami on Cartoon Network aired Gundam Wing, which kind of ushered in a new generation of anime fans. And that was when I jumped out. Kind of in the mid '90s, I was watching Robotech and Speed Racer, but that was kind of like when I really anime. But then you've got an interview here with Miyazaki, which is pretty cool. You got some ads for like super 80s ads, even though this is the 90s, but you got stuff for Wicked City and Vampire Hunter D. Yeah, cool stuff. And then you've got a section from the Galaxy Express 39 manga in here.
Was that a continuing thing? Like they ran the whole manga?
Might have. I think they might have done excerpts because it seems like they're just kind of catching up to speed with like the characters here. But they would kind of like show you excerpts from different manga to like get you interested in some things. And and then you got City Hunter, which is a pretty 80s anime. And then this is Tokyo 2040. It's a sequel or whatever to Bubblegum Crisis, which I don't even know if it was a remake or something, but I haven't seen that. I don't really have much interest in that because I don't know. But and then they have some ads in here for Hey You Pikachu. A friend of mine had that, and all we did was just yell at Pikachu because he didn't do anything. And you got like reviews for some DVDs or not DVD, mostly VHS around this time, but they're DVDs were sort of emerging. And they talk about Nausicaa because of the manga release and everything anime. Import stores. They had specialized import stores for anime and whatnot. Good time back then. Kind of. Now it's much easier, but then again, now it's also a little... the anime industry is not doing as well in America because people are kind of like pirating a lot of things. And please buy physical, official copies of Blu-rays and DVDs of anime. And good ones too, so they actually release good stuff. Like in Discotheque, they're going to release The Castle of Cagliostro on Blu-ray, and that's... Heck yeah.
That's going to be a day one buy for me. That and Cowboy Bebop's coming to Blu-ray in December.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, lots to look forward to.
I hope Funimation re-releases End of Evangelion on Blu-ray.
Oh yeah, that'd be
actually makes it look like it's supposed to be on like a digital format and not a VHS rip or something. Terrible. This is something I got in 2002, right when I was really in like Gundam fever, and this is Animerica. They did a extended special issue on Gundam, and it basically just covers all the Gundam series right up to Turn A Gundam, and it also just covers like the backstory, the history of Gundam, and then covers aspects of the universe and other things like merchandise and video games and manga. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm actually surprised I still have this after all this time, but yeah, so there's that. Then we got some more classic film magazines, Cinefantastique, and yeah, like this is pretty. Is it pretty great? I mean, they talk about Blue Thunder in here. We recently just saw Blue Thunder.
Yeah, that was a fun '80s romp.
It was a very fun '80s romp, I must say. And then I have to read through this some because they got some really cool Yeah, some very cool behind the scenes stuff, especially about the really nice fighter jet model work that they did, which was they matched the lighting and the color on the models really well in that movie. But then they have this kind of disturbing coverage of the Vic Morrow death from the helicopter crash when they were filming Twilight Zone, the movie. And it's really eerie, and I don't. It's just weird that they kind of put it on the cover. Tragedy update. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Then again, you know, where else are you going to hear about
It's
stuff
true.
like that?
You know, back in the day, you know, on the internet, so it's just like, yes, you know, this is what happened. So,
I mean, I guess they could
don't blame
have
them.
checked their Facebook news feeds. It's just, I mean, right in the top right corner.
I don't blame them.
Hashtag Vic Morrow died.
Now, this is interesting. There's something about the Brave Little Toaster right here. And last year to hopes to have in production by the end of the year. It will be a first full-scale use of a new computer animation process dubbed Synthavision.
Ooh, good old Synthavision.
Yeah, first explored by Disney in making Tron. So, Brave Little Toaster was supposed to be the first entirely computer animated feature film. And then they talk about the Star Trek, the motion picture movie TV version.
Yeah, which I actually have on VHS. That was, you know, for all you people, or for all the people out there who say that Star Trek the motion picture is too slow, I watched the extended television version when I was 6 years old, and I loved it. So,
You got some coverage of Dreamscape. Dreamscape's good. And then I haven't seen the Dead Zone.
This is a fantastic film. I've only seen a couple of David Cronenberg movies, but it's one of my favorites. Really, really great. Christopher Walken's really good in it too.
Yeah. And then you've got some coverage of Space Hunter. Oh, how I love Space Hunter. I watched it. It was weird. Crackle had it on YouTube, and I watched it there, and it was just like, I was watching it in between, like, I was actually watching a break in between classes, and it was really good. I enjoyed it. Like, it was, you know, it was just good fun, honestly. Very strange, but...
Wait, weren't you telling me something about the Batman?
Oh yeah, these are like these fat suits. Well, there was like a misprint or a typo. They were supposed to be Batmen, but they got Fat Men, so they got stuck with these fat suits, and they're like, "Well, we gotta shoot the scene." And then the Black Cauldron, and this is like before it came out, so they're like talking. It's like, yeah, we're gonna make it. The film may be the first to project 3D holograms into an audience.
Wow. How'd that work out for you?
Yeah. And something wicked this way comes.
Yeah, back when Disney was being all cool and dark and experimental.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. The movie's all right. It's not my favorite thing ever. There's some really gorgeous autumn atmosphere, and any film which features a finale that includes Royal Dano fighting Pam Grier with a lightning rod deserves special mention.
Yeah, the thing. Yeah, they. So yeah, creating Dark's Carnival with computer animation and ambitious failure, like Cinefantastique was very honest about just like they really didn't like suck up to studio or anything. They were always very honest, brutally so. But what do we got? Illustrated Man, Moby Dick. Bradbury, yeah. Yeah, so you got some cool stuff, and then reviews, The Hunger, Makeup for the Entity, which is really interesting. They didn't like Monty Python's Meaning of Life. Joel went to, what was it, Monster?
Yeah, it was Monster Mania Con.
Monster Mania Con, and he bought an issue there, and I was like, well, that'd be awesome if they had the black hole there, and Joel's like, well, your wish is my command, and he drops this down and gives it to me, and I was just like, but
that is an actual quote. He did say that.
True. Yeah, I was stunned because this is a special double issue for the black hole, with coverage by Paul M. Salmon, who some of you may know wrote Future Noir: The Making of Blade Runner, which I've read. It's really awesome. He's just like. He did a bunch of coverage of other, I think he did the coverage for Dune for Cinefantastique, and also Conan the Barbarian. He recently, there was a book I saw, it was like on the phenomenon, but yeah, this is like literally, like, if you're a black hole fan like I am, this is stunning, just seeing all this pre-production artwork, behind the scenes photos, designs, like all this stuff, like, and you really learn about all, like, you know, how they did the special effects. Basically, that's mostly what this is about. There's some stuff about pre-production, script writing, and other stuff, but there's I think if you go, there's American Cinematographer magazine, which has like another coverage of the film, but here's some like rotoscoping for the animation effects of the lasers. You know, I really want to go through the Disney Vault and just like look through all their black hole stuff, just because I love this film so much. And even it's still like people still hate on it or whatever, but you know, I made a review of it because I love it so much. And yeah, it's a little more flawed than most films, but I don't know, there's a reason a lot of people like it, so whatever. And then you've got The Cygnus, which by itself is just a marvel. So yeah, and if you get a chance to find this issue, definitely pick it up. And then they have their real honest review of the black hole. Like they do not deny all the wonderful artistic and technological wonder that went into the black hole, but they're kind of like, yeah, it's kind of the writing, you could have gotten better writers, they should have. But and you get some other stuff, talk about Peeping Tom, which is cool. What else we got? And then they have something about Peter Ellenshaw, which is great because he's like amazing matte painter.
Oh yeah.
And these are real matte paintings. Like for people who don't know, matte paintings are this is more likely a matte painting. There's the glass shot, which is a painting on glass. Matte painting is where they actually make it like a matte in the camera, or use an optical printer to put it in.
But yeah, explain it while we look at these beautiful images.
While we look at these, yeah. So it's like glass. Glass shot is a glass painting in front of the actual location in front of the camera. A matte painting. This is from Mary Poppins. I mean, good Lord, look at that. But and a matte painting is where they photograph the area, then go back and put in a matte for the area that the painting is going to go in, and they re-expose it, sometimes with an optical printer, sometimes in camera. It's a little better to do it in camera. And then he also did the effects for Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
Lovely film.
Which has mind-blowing forced perspective effects, which
I just watched that movie. Oh, my heavens, yes. Like, I watched it in complete wonder. It is some of the forced perspective shots, I mean, some of the shots you'll see in Lord of the Rings. I mean, they are that good. It's absolutely outstanding.
Yes, and then they had this old preview for Cinefex, which was just coming out at that time, so that's still ongoing today. I don't have a lot of these. In fact, this is the only one I have. Usually because, well, I gotta say this: the Cinema Retro is kind of sleazy. Like either the cover is the back's inside sometimes. Like, they just put some sleazy stuff in there, and it's like, I don't understand, like, I want to know who some of these readers are. Like, I just imagine, like hulking, bearded men with buxom wives who dress up as, like, horror characters and like, at conventions or something. Like, and back me up. Like,
yes, I've been to horror conventions, and you will find
and
those people.
But yeah, but they do have, a nice obituary for Ray Harryhausen.
Yeah.
Which is,
yeah. I just read the latest issue, which is I actually saw it at a newsstand in Barnes Noble. It's really good. It was on The Great Escape, so it's a wonderful magazine. Oh, whoa!
What? Oh, Carolyn Monroe. She had a meet and greet in Twynwood, Bedfordshire.
Oh, please come to America, please.
Bedfordshire. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sure. And then looking back on 86, so like this guy's top 10 picks, Raymond Benson, Aliens, Blue Velvet.
That was a good year. Oh yeah, Aliens, Blue Velvet.
I kind of want to be interested to know what he picked for 84. I love 84 that year in movies. And it's Cinema Retro is really nice, magazine with all their glossy pages and stuff now. And then one of the reasons I bought this issue was because it has this little article on Sue Lyon and looking over her sort of just career and kind of what happened to her after Lolita. Very interesting. And then it's got some other stuff. It has this previously unpublished interview with Peter Cushing, which is very cool. And then they have some coverage about the Amicus Edgar Rice Burroughs Adventure Trilogy.
These are okay. I haven't had a chance to talk about these before on the Cinemologist, but I will soon. I want to do a review or at least an article because like this trilogy is just fantastic. I love these films.
I mean, just like At the Earth's Core. I mean, I love that one. I've seen also The Land Time Forgot. You have the other.
The People That Time Forgot is also pretty cool. Land That Time Forgot and At the Earth's Core are my favorites. Though, just incredible movies. Doug McClure is such an amiable leading man. And
really, he is. He's just like
great, and the special effects are fantastic. They're just epic stories. So much fun.
And then you've got Carolyn Monroe.
Yes, Carolyn Monroe's in At the Earth's Core, as if you needed another reason to check it out. And a bunch of really cool actors. Like Peter Cushing basically playing a live-action version of the Trix Rabbit if he was a Victorian adventurer.
I know, it's one of the weirdest Peter Cushing roles because he's kind of zany.
In a great way, though.
He's all like, good. You cannot mesmerize me, I'm British.
I need to see these again now. But you got like Patrick Wayne, what's his name? Dana Gillespie.
They have
and you've got Anthony Ainley in The Land That Time Forgot. Just a great bunch of people.
Yeah, so movie magazines are still alive and kicking.
You look at newsstands.
Talk about some Japanese crime
films. Yeah. Good old Joe Shishido over there.
Joe Shishido.
Look at those. Those are the most intimidating cheeks the world has ever seen.
Cult is My Passport.
That's a great movie.
That movie is fantastic. And Branded to Kill, which I still need to see. But check those movies out, definitely.
For heaven's sake, they're like all over the Criterion Collection. You got an Eclipse set, you got some individual releases, do so.
And they got stuff. But this is like they have like deluxe or like special edition issues for certain movies. I wish I could get their Flint issue. Flint Unseen. Oh, looks good. Yeah, but I don't know, some of those are out of whatever. But and then Warner Archive, which is also really good. But Joel.
Yeah, show some
you
of
have
mine.
some.
Why, yes. I got some more great movie magazines over here. Some of my personal favorites. Let's see, which one should we start out with? This is actually, we'll start with this one. This is the first one I ever really got. Back in, same place where Alex got a lot of those, only yesterday in Ocean City. And this is just great. This is from 1976. And I got it because I was really into Space 1999. At that point, I had just finished marathoning through the first season because I got it on Blu-ray, kind of a blind buy. Loved it, and was really interested in seeing what the second season was going to be like. So basically, I was a lot like some of the people back in 1976 were like, I was like, hey, well, what's the second season going to be like? Well, I'll buy this issue of Starlog and find out. So I got to read this, and it's cool. There's so much cool stuff in here. I don't even know where to begin. It was an interview with Nick Tate, who, of course, played Alan in the show. It's like him at conventions. He's talking about all the fan mail he got from female fans. So apparently, a lot of young ladies watched Space 1999, which blows my mind. But
I gotta put my donut down.
Oh, okay. Has a bunch of cool stuff. A lot of stuff on Star Trek as well as a shot from Where No Man Has Gone Before. Really cool matte painting. And that. And the Star Trek movie, which was in development at that time, so just speculating on...
Untitled, unwritten, and blur, but uncast. It's about to go into orbit.
Yeah, so they're speculating about what it could be about and all that. It's written by Jim Burns. I wonder if he's related to Bob Burns. It's a bunch of like famous people who were really into Star Trek. It's pretty cool. So Andy Warhol, I guess, and or not. Some other guy. I don't care.
Isaac Asimov.
Wait, is that Isaac Asimov?
Oh my
Why
god.
does he look like Andy Warhol?
Flame!
Get out of here.
Flame!
Stop! I don't care. Stop! Don't do that to me. Anyway, yeah, we got Logan's Run.
Ooh.
Goes in depth. I think this is actually a review of the film. They weren't super keen on it. They had some nice things to say, but yeah, these guys are in terms of movie magazines, these guys are about as tough as a Cinefantastique crowd to please.
About as. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like,
Wonder
what's coming on
Woman.
TV? You got this weird detective show called Holmes and Yo-Yo, which is about a robot detective, or like a detective and his robot assistant. Gemini Man, about an invisible dude, and the very lovely Linda Carter as a Wonder Woman.
I saw a few episodes of that.
Yeah. And
Ooh.
yeah, there's a big section on War of the
This looks
Worlds.
nice. The colors on this really come out. Wow.
Yeah, it's great, and this is about War of the Worlds through the decades. So it starts off
Okay.
talking about the book, the movie,
Sweet.
the radio broadcast, and it actually has a lot of stuff on the different comic book iterations. And there have been many
Yeah.
different, some very odd interpretations of the material in terms of like people back in the 1800s like retrofitting the technology and going to Mars to fight the aliens as like a Conan kind of thing, which is really interesting.
Yeah, because I always. Yeah, it's fascinating.
Yeah, and then this section's all about Space 1999, how they're trying to kind of fix some of the issues that were visible in the first season. So really interesting. And, oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah, there we.
Was it a bug? Is it what?
Well, I didn't see
The
anything.
second
What do you
season,
think?
I like the second season, honestly.
It's a lot of fun. It's
I like
different.
both seasons, but the second season is just, I don't know, it's easier to watch sometimes just because if it's just more fun,
Yeah.
honestly. And every episode ends with kind of like everyone's just like, ha ha ha, freeze frame.
Yeah, the laughing freeze frame ending. There's a lot of cute stuff in the second season too. I really enjoy. I
Not
enjoy
the
them-
least of which is Catherine Shell.
Not the least of which is Barbara Bain. Am I right, boys? Oh. Well, I guess
Sorry.
no one's with me on that. I'm so
She's
sorry,
all
Barbara Bain. Yeah. Anyway, it's really cool. I like both seasons as well. But it gives it like a list of the first season. Cool stuff.
What happened to her? She vanished with the first season.
No, she was in the second season. for a few episodes,
What am I?
yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking about Paul and that
Yeah.
black guy.
Yeah. Kano.
Kano, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paul Kano and unfortunately the wonderful Barry Morris was also
Yeah.
in. That's I think the thing that I least liked about season 2 is it was missing Barry Morris, but instead we got Tony Verdeschi, the functionally retarded second in command, who makes decisions that are so bafflingly stupid that actually there was a whole episode where everything goes horribly wrong because he keeps doing stupid stuff. It's like John Koenig's out of commission, and he keeps wanting. I'm not even gonna. That's another
Yeah.
video, right there. But yeah, so there's a Metamorph, which
Ooh.
is an awesome episode, which features Brian Blessed as an alien, which has one of, I think, the most emotionally fulfilling endings.
Oh my
Of
gosh.
any television episode.
Just roll that clip. I don't even know. Probably not, but okay.
Yeah, and then there's a ton of cool stuff on Flash Gordon through the years, and there's like a this would have been really cool. I think I would have loved this if I was back in the '70s, just seeing like, oh, what's that? This is like a breakdown of the whole original Universal serial, which I do have on DVD and I've marathon through, and it's a lot of fun. But I could just imagine, back in 1976, seeing this and really like poring over each paragraph and wondering what actually happened in the episodes, and it's just so many wonderful undiscovered countries that existed back then, just because you weren't in the right time to see it. But yeah, this guide was basically put together because Flash Gordon was airing on television at the time, so people who missed an episode or two could catch up and see what was going on. So it's very kind of them. Yeah, we got some ladies.
What? Where is it? Oh.
Some, I think, is that a lady? No, that's a rock. Well, could be a lady, I don't know. And you got...
Sheena, Queen of the Jungle. Huh.
And by jungle, I assume they mean Leonard Nimoy's sideburns.
Really? Really?
Anyway.
Oh, hey, look. Planet of the Apes. Giant rats.
Well,
The food of the guys.
yeah. Everyone's favorite. But the big bus again.
Oh,
Why do we keep encountering stuff related to the big bus? I feel like
I don't
every.
know. I saw that movie on cable in the
Yeah.
early mid '90s when I was really little. It just like stuck in my head because it was just so bizarre.
And it's weird because we keep finding stuff. We find lobby cards, posters, magazines, all big bus centered. So I guess they certainly plugged the heck out of it back then. And then this is really great. Before we go on, there's a nice behind-the-scenes image from At the Earth's Core, which was in production at the time. This is really nice for you soundtrack aficionados. It's sort of a look at movie soundtracks and what the best editions of certain ones to get are.
Yeah, like this is a
Suite
nice
of Bernard Herrmann
Suite
stuff.
of Bernard Herrmann's stuff.
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff. Barbarella score.
A friend recently gave me that, actually.
2001 and stuff like that. And there's little matching sections, so you can guess who all these people are. Like Dr. Clayton Forrester and Dr. Bilderbeck. Ad for the soundtrack, available on RCA Records. Rockin' soundtrack by Barry Gray, who is just the man. And then second season music by Derek Wadsworth is no slouch either. Moving on over here, we got this one I got because, as you all know, I'm a huge Carolyn Monroe fan, and there is a very special section which details her career up to that point and includes a fold-out poster, so that's really cool. But first, before we delve into that, look at this cover. Okay, might seem like, it's a cool robot guy. Look down here. All of those science fiction icons hidden in this image. Just looking at it for just a second, I mean, you can see just about everybody. There's the guy. There's Robbie the Robot. There's a facehugger, R2-D2, Darth Vader, Stella Star from Star Crash. I think that's just a picture of Tom Savini, maybe. It's a Wolfman. There's Maximilian from the Black Hole.
War Machines from War of the Worlds.
Yeah, they're over there.
I think it's Farrah Fawcett
Moonraker.
from Saturn 3.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out who that was.
It's like this dream sequence or
the Hulk.
something.
Just so much, I mean, you just stare at this and more
Yeah.
things appear. Where you look at, there's the Cyclops from
Oh yeah.
Seventh Voyage, and there's one of the aliens from Laser Blast. Hidden
What?
down there, you can just barely make out the face, but yeah.
Oh my gosh!
It's
You're
either-
right.
Yeah. So there you go. There's white man with glasses. Everyone's favorite science fiction hero. Ads.
Because they know what people like.
Yes. Camera stuff. It was really great. Some people talking about how much they loved the Black Hole issue of Questar, which came in. And there's a nice picture of one young lady who obviously very much enjoyed her copy and hates getting her photo taken. So,
I can't.
yes. So looking around, there's a baby who has been forced by their parents to wear a Superman cape and is being held hostage by a little robot thing and that. Yes, there's some geeky child who's playing some sort of game. 70s. Because it's the 70s. There's Ilea with her hair right there on a
Persis
promotional
Kambata.
tour. Yes. Very lovely actress. Really good in the film as well. There's a ton of cool stuff. But yeah.
Yeah.
Makeup artist on post. But there's past issues. And then this is really cool. This is about David Mattingly.
David Mattingly, who was a matte artist on the Black Hole.
David Mattingly, the matte artist.
He also did the cover for the Cinefantastique double issue of the Black Hole.
With a name like Mattingly, you pretty much had to become a matte artist.
Pretty much.
Either that or, like, I don't know, an accountant. So it's that.
Yeah.
Cool. I love that craft design. I don't know what it is. It's a pre-production painting from the Further Adventures of Flesh Gordon. Well, I did ask. Yeah, so let's see. And then this is why I got it, the profile on Carolyn Monroe. Lots of great pictures and little signature there. Obviously not original, but printed on there. But still nice. And they got the fold-out like that. And then little interview with her where she's talking about her career.
And people absolutely loved Star Crash back in the day, which I would just like to go in depth on. People loved the film. And if you need any more proof, is Carolyn Monroe's going on tour here, and she's talking about like all the adoring fans who loved her as Stella Star. And there's an interview with her husband at the time, Judd Hamilton, which is great.
This is a commercial ad for shaving cream. I
Yeah,
believe.
Noxema medicated shaving cream.
I did see the actual TV
Yeah.
ad, which "Great balls of comfort to you," I think was the slogan.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's. I mean, in the interview, she's a great she's really lively and animated. She's a wonderful person. She's really fun in interview and whatnot. Yeah.
Absolutely. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully she gets to come to.
Oh yeah, I really hope I get to see
Girl
her in
America,
at a convention or something.
There she is in The Spy Who Loved Me. Hopefully we'll be able to do something with that film at some point because I love that one.
Yeah.
Golden Voyage of Sinbad, of course. A ton of really awesome stuff. And moving on into some Conan. Conan the Barbarian. Conan.
Original jokes, ladies and gentlemen.
Conan the Bob Balaban.
Conan the Bob Balaban.
Conan the Bill Barber.
Anyway, Jory
I don't know.
Ackerman. I'm sorry, all fans of Forrest J. Ackerman.
I love Forrest J. Ackerman. I'm sorry. So wonderful little piece on him. And lots of cool stuff. And then there's a crotch gun. I don't. It's like, you write this novel, or you're never gonna have children. Yeah, it's like he's considered. I think he had the drop on him or whatever. He thought he was like, I got a gun. They're not gonna mess with me. And I was like, oh no, I'll just put this down now. I don't do anything, please. That's it. How did we get here? It's some kind of comic.
Yeah, some kind of comic.
Let's find out. Harlequin. Sure.
Okay.
Some kind of original comic going on here. I know there's a lot of black ink. That's more cool stuff. Oh yeah, and then there's a little write-up on Saturn III. They actually did a positive review of the film.
That's pretty cool.
Which is, you don't see a lot of praise given to Saturn III, which is a little bit sad. But obviously these people.
I still have to see it.
Yeah, enjoyed it. But it's nice to see a nice positive review.
I will probably just pick up the Shout Factory Blu-ray. Mm-hmm. Just because visually, from what I've seen, it's just very enjoyable. And it's got some music by Elmer Bernstein.
Mm-hmm, yeah. One thing that this issue does not have, unfortunately, it does not have a cracked mirror pun next to this cracked mirror picture of Kirk Douglas. So obviously, you should get the Famous Monsters of Filmland magazine if you really needed that in your
puns.
Yeah,
yes.
if you needed the pun in your Saturn III article, this magazine's a complete and utter failure and disappointment. So just get the Famous Monsters one if that's what you were looking for. I'm just being honest with you, just pointing that out up front that's not something you'll find in here. Just be aware. Buyer beware. So there's a write-up on The Fog and Effects, which is a
Fog.
Le Fog.
And then Crazy Good Masks.
Yeah, these are insane. So if you ever wanted a severed head of Klaus Kinski in your house, you know where to get one now. So there you go.
Or Facehugger.
Yeah, or a face. Oh, that is gorgeous. These really are incredible. I wonder, adjusted for inflation, how much these would be if you were to get one today.
A death cyborg.
Wow. C-3PO's. He's selling himself cheap. My gosh. Death Cyborg, he knows what he's worth. I was like, I'm worth it. Pay $37.95 for me.
Looks like one of the pirates.
Take me.
Looks like one of the pirates from the Pirates of the Caribbean Disney ride.
Mm-hmm. They all have the same default face. Are these specifically from something?
I don't think so.
Oh, I think it's just on post doing whatever on the weekends. So there you go.
Cool.
So that's pretty cool. That's Questar. See, and then we got my Cinefantastique issue, which is on 20,000 Leagues. It's really great. 20,000 Leagues is my favorite, one of my favorite Disney movies. So, and there's a lot of nice stuff in here too. So, this is Eyes all on Dune. It's one of the ornithopters, and that's David Lynch, right there.
Can you tell? Okay.
Bond vs. Bond. This details the struggle between Octopussy and Never Say Never Again, because they were both awkwardly released around the same time. Competing Bond movies. So, yeah. Obviously, Octopussy won hands down, which is pretty interesting.
And yet, Never Say Never Again was on the cover of Cinefex around that time. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it had like more ambitious effects.
Yeah.
Sequences, I don't know. But yeah, then we have Leonard Nimoy, who, in addition to being a fantastic actor, is also a dang good director. He directed 2 of my favorite Star Trek movies, 3 and 4. So yeah, he knew what he was doing. Just like William Shatner when he directed Star Trek V. So yeah, you got Christopher Lloyd as good old Commander Kruger.
Remember, we need to extend the love out onto the internet. We must find the good in things. Star Trek V was...
There's good in Star Trek.
Yes.
I actually no, I love Star Trek V.
No, believe
it's
me,
just
I'm
it's
not.
in terms of direction. That's not
It's
where
just
I would
kind of
look
interesting,
for praise.
yeah.
It's no, it's I really do like Star Trek V.
Dude.
But that's probably a video in itself, which hopefully we'll do someday. Got the ending. Genesis. Howie Mandel takes DeForest Kelley. Yeah. Anyway, so we got a whole bunch of stuff here.
Ice Pirates. Greystoke, The Legend of Tarzan.
Mm-hmm.
And then Return to Oz.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Splash.
Not fun.
It's a splash page. No, I'm not. I didn't. Just forget it. Zombies.
The Last Starfighter. I love this movie. This is such a fun film. I really do need to check it.
I actually have not seen it.
I saw it on late night cable one time with Y2K, and it was a blast. Like, really, it's a guy plays an arcade game in a trailer park and gets zapped by aliens who want him for his video game skills so he can defeat the enemy in a spaceship. That is such a great idea for a film. I can't say enough good things about it, except for the awful alien makeup. The rest of it's
why
great.
does the woman have the balding man hair and the above the eyebrow brow?
That guy's got like a squid for a head. That's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Cool.
But no, that doesn't make sense. But the squid head, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I do like Grigg, who's played by Dan O'Harely. He's like, he's his co-pilot in the film. It's really cool. Yeah. And this is what I got it for. Is for this. Get out of my. Get out of my splash page. Get out. Okay. Well.
Get out
Yes.
of my magazine, spy.
This 20,000 Leagues article, which is really great. Offers some nice behind-the-scenes info. Not a whole lot that you wouldn't get from the 2-disc DVD edition, but still, it's really great to have. A lot of neat stuff in here. There's one shot in particular which I quite liked. As detailing the sunset squid sequence, which was scrapped. Say that 5 times fast. And one of my favorite matte paintings in the film by good old Peter Ellenshaw. The sort of the forest of masts. And this bit right here is from a deleted scene set at the South Pole with the Nautilus going between the icebergs. It's really cool. I think this is probably my favorite shot in the whole movie.
Yeah.
With the Nautilus advancing, the ship coming from behind the
That's
island. Just
really beautiful.
Flawless piece of effects work and gorgeous to look at. Really great stuff. The miniatures and visual effects in this film are absolutely top notch.
Yeah, it's probably Disney's best live action movie.
Oh, I'd say that without doubt.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah. What we got here? Great sci-fi magazine.
Return of the Jedi.
I love this. This is part of the reason I got it, was for this nice little pull-out poster.
Yeah.
The Death Star.
Yeah, it's fun growing up.
Oh, you can get your Star Trek 2 digital watch.
Nice.
Cool.
What?
Oh, this is totally authorized. I love this. Okay. The Warriors battle outfit. Note that this is a blatant copy of the Battlestar Galactica
outfit, but it does
Yeah.
not say Battlestar Galactica anywhere on here. So, yeah, they ought to be ashamed of themselves, whoever did this.
I don't know. I mean, it depends. I mean, were these any good? You know, if you ordered them.
Yeah, or if do they even look like that? I mean, for heaven's sake, that could just be a promotional image they nicked and put creepy, dead-eyed baby faces on.
Judson Scott.
There you got the Return of the Jedi right up, because that was kind of a big deal, I'd imagine. Well, she looks very pleased with that jacket. It's like, yeah, I'm wearing a
Yeah, definitely.
presidential jacket. What up?
Goes good with their hair.
Sure, yeah. Going for the gold. Then this guy nobody ever heard of before or since. Profile on him.
Let's hire him.
Let's hire him. He'll do what George Lucas says. Yeah. But no offense to him, of course. It's a very well directed film. But yeah, so you go Richard Marquand talking to R2D2 about his motivation.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, no man, listen, this is it. Your mother left you.
British.
I think he was British.
Okay. Yeah.
Why not?
They got Jupiter 2 blueprints.
I guess they
awesome.
That's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Oh, I got some Gundam
Wow.
Thunderbirds model just hiding
This
down
is
there.
like what year? Yeah, this is like early '80s. Wow. So
yeah,
like,
83.
if like for '83, yeah, Gundam Yamato Thunderbirds, like you would have to really be in the know to like, you know, for this to like jump out at you. Like, holy mackerel.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you can get
Like
some your
around-
very own Galactica qubits there. Just some very odd and
Jeez,
interesting
that's so
collectibles.
cool. I want qubits.
Yeah, they your sculpted ceramic Spock mug, so you can reenact the ending of Star Trek II with
Romulan ale.
Starlog had a bunch of spin-off books which focused on heroes, villains, spaceships, outer space art. Starlog was such a cool magazine, a publication in general. They were just a really cool company that knew what the geeks wanted and provided it for us. Finally, I saved the best for last. This is a really nice collectible. I'm a huge fan of the 70s Battlestar Galactica series. It's a classic, no doubt. And I wanted to pick this up. This is really cool. This is from the original promotion of it. As I rip it in half. Yeah, this just goes in depth on well, not really that in depth, but it's just kind of like a puff piece on the series to advertise it. And there's a lot of really wonderful hyperbole. The aggressive stance of a Cylon warrior. Beware, Cylons on the loose, and yada yada baloo. And fold it out here. It's a really nice splash page. Alien makeup effects reach a new high. And then there's this really bizarre thing where they clearly cut out a picture of a face and put it on just some...
No, that's the mask.
No, I don't think so. Look, you can clearly see the lines around the...
Oh,
So-
okay.
Yeah.
Ah.
Somebody pasted that on there for some reason. And there's a lot of cool stuff in here. Boomer and Apollo. Boomer and Starbuck share a lighter moment. This is a lighter moment. A touching moment. Boxy and Muffet to embrace.
About to be slaughtered by the Ovion.
Yes, and haunting face of Lieutenant Starbuck. The sleek Viper ship, indeed. And this is actually would have been really cool because you don't actually see a good
The
look of
haunting
them.
face of Lieutenant Starbuck. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
It's peculiar. Yeah.
But his face is haunting here, but he's gritty up here.
The gritty Lieutenant Starbuck.
Lieutenant Boomer is tall.
This
dark.
is what passed for gritty back in the day, ladies and gentlemen. Which is not. I wouldn't say it's a bad thing.
No,
honestly.
no.
I'm not.
And Boomer, tall, dark, and handsome. That's racist. So what we anyway, so this would have been really cool for people back in the day because you don't really get to get a good look of the Imperious leader. So you get to see the really reptilian face that they did for that, and also the dragon there. So that's really cool. You don't see an angle like that in the
It
film.
was like a chameleon or something that like somebody stuck wings on that like climbs on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can really only see that in the Blu-ray. I didn't notice it at first.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then you fold it out and you get this huge poster of Boxy and Muffet 2, both dead-eyed, staring off into the distance, and neither looking like they're having a very good time.
Well,
But
Boxy kind of.
Boxy looks.
But he just looks tired.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I've been shooting all day. Can I go home and watch
Like,
Saturday Night
he looks like his
Fever?
mom just died. I mean, come on. Back then it was a great time to be a fan. It's a great time to be a fan now. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I get really excited when I look through these things because
Yeah.
they're chock full of all the movies I love. You know, to go
And
back.
some you've never heard of. But
And
like,
some I've never heard of.
Have to find out about. Like, what's that? You know.
Yeah.
I say that so many times looking through these.
Ooh, what's that?
Which is really why I collect them more than anything. That and the really juicy behind-the-scenes tidbits.
Yeah, what I really want to do is like collect a lot of like foreign movie mags, like even Japanese magazines like Animage, which has a lot of stuff like artwork and whatnot for series and things that just and there's other like film magazines from like Europe and whatnot that are really good too. So yeah,
So there you go. It's just a quick look at our movie magazines here. So until next time, I'm Joel.
I'm Alex.
And until next time, here from the Cinemologists, we would like to wish you all great balls of comfort.
To you.